Hello, it's Migos and Possible Migos. My name is Taffrey16. Welcome back to another episode of Reading Your Comments, episode 194. It is Sunday or maybe Saturday if you're watching this a day early on Patreon. For those who don't know, the Patrons have the option to watch these as well as the reaction videos up to a day early, sometimes more, and get your name in the video description as well. But regardless what day you're watching this on, let's go ahead and read some comments. I love the way Taff pronounces that. That might trigger some people though. So it's Troughton? Is that how you actually say it? Hopefully. So this is a two-parter. First one is free comments read in one video. I'm on a roll, and he did get free comments on one video. One of the replies was, need to be one comment per reading your comments. To be blunt with you, I would have diversified more if I had a more variety of comments throughout the last week that I could have interacted with from different people, but I didn't, so that's why. Maybe Peter Serafinowicz has been held back by the name of his surname. You know, I thought this was ridiculous when I first saw it, but the more I thought about it, you're probably right. I mean, it never helps when you have to Google how to spell someone's last name every time, you know? That's never a good thing, so very well could have been, yeah. Yes, thank you so much for doing these. I'd given up on getting more ghosts, so it's a really nice surprise. I don't know if I had a favorite episode from the series, but I agree with you that Pat's backstory was moving, and it works well to have that alongside the comedy. I'd be interested to know if you have a favorite outside the ghosts. I never watched a show where my favorite character has changed so much. I think it's about 5 of them at different times. Probably Robin overall, though. Probably Pat for me at the moment. We'll see how it evolves, but right now I'm going to go with Pat. Seeing the first series of Ghosts again, I've forgotten how they held so much back early on, that they must have had a lot of confidence in the show to not reveal all the Ghosts' backstories in the first run. Don't you worry, you'll get more backstory as the show goes on, you just have to be patient. Meanwhile, yes please Ghost special for Christmas, I think you'll find it wholesome. That is a good point, like usually in a first series, you play a lot of your cards, if not all your cards, backstory-wise. But they held a lot of them, so be interesting. So they probably did have a lot of confidence, and they were right to. They got 3 more series. Series 2 in Nabembe would be great. Well, then Nabembe it is. Fun fact, Cobra admitted to sometimes performing drunk during Gladiators. Well, was the 90s, so... I met Jet from Gladiators at Comic-Con last week, and I can confirm she still got it. Yeah, again, I haven't read too much into it, so I don't know if this has been announced already, but if it hasn't, I really hope she has some kind of role in the new series. To explain the context from Red Dwarf having a scene with Lister kissing the Siren, Craig Charles had been insisting on more kissing scenes for Lister, which annoyed them so much that they wrote the more disgusting kissing scenes like that just to punish him, but he still kept demanding it to the point where the writers even said to him, if you keep this up, we'll have you kiss Rimmer. You know, it seems like Craig Charles, from what I've read and from what I've heard from a lot of people, Craig Charles annoying the shit out of people on the show seemed to be a running theme. They call it P-Sirens because it's a pun since they're psychic sirens. Ah. Fair enough. Chris Berry had 2 shows and I still think he's underrated. It seemed like both his shows were under-supported by the BBC as well. Like, they both had really long runs. But, like, Red Dwarf, I've constantly heard from people the BBC didn't care as much about it, and apparently they barely rerun it nowadays. And with the British Empire, again, they didn't even bother to protect it. Every single episode is copyright-free, because they say that's simply how little they care about it. British Empire is a very strange combination of wholesome insanity. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It has a good mix. It's a crazy-ass show, but it can pull in nice moments and then destroy them, and then pull them back, and then destroy them. I guess that's wholesome I can't even say it. Wholesome insanity. Good video. Will you be reacting to the two Gavin and Stacey Christmas episodes when sooner to Christmas? The first Christmas special, yes. The second one, no, as I still have to finish Series 3. A couple of times with 2 pints, the show has put the fated characters out to a public vote with calls text determining if a character lives or dies, or which scene gets shown at the end of the episode. That's pretty cool, honestly. I think that was more common back in the day when you had, like, you know, like the those shows where, like American Idol over here, but like X Factor or whatever, you texted and you voted by text, you know, and by calling in by phone. Those are outdated now, obviously, because they have just like Twitter and social media and stuff like that, but that's a real fun way of doing it. I agree, this is a pretty damn good 2 Pints episode. Yeah, again, surprisingly like good slasher, like they really committed to it. There was legitimate good gore, and they cut the laugh track to make it spookier. They did a really good job. Yes, finally, I'm happy to see you react to Death in Paradise as I'm lying here recovering from a broken ankle. If you think this ending for this episode's great, wait till you get to episode 3, goddamn. Well, that's a good sell right there. And how'd you break your ankle? Hope you feel better. Dwayne from Death in Paradise is played by Danny John Jules, aka Cat from Red Dwarf. I honestly didn't recognize him, probably because he was a lot older in that show, but I honestly did not recognize him. If you like detective shows, if you watch Jonathan Creek, no, but I will be guaranteed in November. It's my oldest channel points request, and I do my oldest channel points request guaranteed, at the very least, my oldest channel points request every month, except for December, because that'll be a Fiend month. But we will be doing Jonathan Creek next month, yeah. How many views does it have to get on Dailymotion for him to consider watching more of these? Oh, views don't really matter anymore. You know, this might sound like a weird statement. I'm not saying this to brag or anything. I'm just saying it because it's weird. Recently, my views on recent things have gone way down, but my earnings have gone up, mainly because people have been watching older stuff. Like, the newer stuff has not been doing well, but the old Phoenix Nights episodes have been fucking booming. Alright, y'all, that's gonna do it for another episode of Reading Your Comments. The comments in this video were pulled from the following videos. Reading Your Comments 193, Ghosts Complete First Series, UK Gladiator Series 2 Number 3, Red Dwarf 15, British Empire 6, Two Pints Lager and Becca Chris 3, and Death in Paradise. If you want a chance to get your comment read in next week's episode of Reading Your Comments, the videos you can comment on are as follows. This video, the Benidorm reaction that came out yesterday, the Benidorm reaction that comes out tomorrow, and the reactions that come out on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Those are the videos to comment on if you want a chance to get your comment read in next week's episode of Reading Your Comments. But that is going to do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to leave a like. If you didn't like it, don't. If you want to follow any of my social media links, my Twitch, where I stream every single day, my second channel for recent reviews, my Twitter. If you want to follow me on my Patreon, if you want to support me on my Dailymotion, all those things are in the video description down below, as well as the Twitch Files channel and the community Reddit. Also in the video description is the names of all my patrons. You can get your name in there, and also for as little as $1 or £1, you can get access to direction videos, as well as reading comments up to a day early, sometimes more. With all that being said, though, my name is Taffreak16. This has been episode 194 Reading Your Comments. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.